I didn't have to keep going on my phone.
Do you know most of these on it?
We've got...
Because I might have to hold this because I've got...
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Two Peas in a Podcast. This is a very political one today. I'm joined by Will again.
Hello.
And today we are joined by Jack.
Hello.
So Jack, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Jack. I am not from... I am born in Peterborough, unfortunately. For those that know Peterborough, it's a fucking horrible place, don't go there. I wouldn't recommend going back. Been robbed in Peterborough, been attacked in Peterborough. Some of my worst days of my life.
We have fat women here, so like... What would you rather? Be robbed or...
Would I rather be robbed or what? or have to do with fat women?
Yeah.
I mean, fat entitled women is different. You know, like the ones who don't realise they're fat.
Yeah. And we know quite a few of them.
And they're like Megan Fox. You know, that's how they see themselves when they put... You know, when they put that filler on, it's got cute all over their forehead, and the fucking kisses all around the thing, And they're like, I'm going to get Chris Hemsworth. That's the one. Yeah. No, I'd rather be robbed.
Yeah. I'd rather be executed by the cartel. Okay, well, so just for context, as we're filming this, our 2026 predictions episode has just come out. I think it was about a week ago it came out, and we're now in like the last week of February, or one of the last weeks, and everything's already gone to shit. So we're going to talk about the stuff that's already happened here, and we've got a list of topics. Actually, a list of topics. So Will, if you want to start.
Am I going down or am I just picking
whatever one you want?
I'm going to start off with something that I think is hilarious. So the N-word at the BAFTAs.
Very controversial topic, indeed.
So recently, it was obviously the BAFTA Awards, and there was an actor who played someone who had Tourette's, and the bloke who had Tourette's was a film based off was there. So, long story short, Michael B. Jordan and Leroy...
Jamie Foxx in it.
No, Jamie Foxx said something about it.
Okay, so it wasn't Jamie Foxx on stage.
It was Michael B. Jordan and Leroy Summit, and they were both in Sinners. And then they were presenting the award, and then just from like the back of the room, you just saw someone shout the M-word, like hard R. They moved past it. They carried on with the award ceremony, and then.
But you can see it.
Though. Very visible reactions. They noticed the Burger King crown.
Yeah.
But it later came out that it was the bloke with Tourette's who said the M-word, and obviously Tourette's disability means you have no control whatever you say. You have random tics, as they're called. And people are just in uproar on the internet.
People are defending him, but also people are kicking off.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
What did Jamie Foxx say?
Jamie Foxx said like...
he meant it.
Like fuck Tourette's. He knew what he did.
I don't know whether he said fuck Tourette's, but he did...
Oh, it was something like Tourette's isn't an excuse. He meant it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Which is...
Respect for Jamie Foxx has gone down.
You were in a film with you let Leonardo DiCaprio call you the N-word.
He meant it.
He meant that.
But there's very split on the internet. People are saying he has no control over what he says, which is true. He can't help it. He obviously didn't mean it. Well, that's what he might meant it, and then he might be covering up with the Tourette's.
That's what I've done. I've just started saying I've got Tourette's.
Oh, that South Park episode where he walks around shouting at everyone and calling them the horrible names.
And then the other half of the internet is just slating him, saying he should have stayed home.
But didn't he win 3 BAFTAs that evening for his film?
The bloke who portrayed him won Best Actor.
Yeah.
For the BAFTA.
About Tourette's.
And the whole film is about Tourette's awareness. So it's just very difficult.
Well, Jamie Foxx, have I got a film for you, my friend?
It's very lost on him, I think, because he there's not just one Tourette's, right? We all know. Like, it's like if you have a certain type of disability, it's not just the one.
Yeah.
This guy had, I can't remember what the name is because it's very scientific and too long for my stupid fucking brain, but he has the type of Tourette's that makes you say the exact worst thing you could possibly say in the social situation. So when he sees a black person, if he saw a gay person, he'd probably say, fucking, you know, he'd let rip on anything.
Yeah.
So the fact that he made a film about Tourette's, highlighting the struggles, and then immediately at that award ceremony, the fucking everyone's jumping on him and saying that he's got no fucking clue, he knew what he was doing, blah blah blah. They haven't.
He's stupid.
If only there was a film out there they could watch.
Exactly.
That would cover that.
Jafaican.
Not fucking Jafaican.
Have you heard about this film?
Oh,
I'm a big advocate for it.
Don't get me started.
Is this a Brendan Fraser film?
No, it's Peter Andre goes undercover as a Jamaican gangster. Bearing in mind,
it's like Tropic Thunder then.
Yes.
But worse. And it's all like shot on a phone, like shaky camera angles.
You can tell it's low budget.
So Tropic Thunder, if it was Paranormal Activity or Cloverfield.
Yes, pretty much.
That's an exact description.
If it was written by somebody with Parkinson's. But yeah, well, I think it's like it's very, very misunderstanding. But also, I understand why they were annoyed. But also, like when I shout at them, they don't seem to mind that much.
In Black History Month as well.
Oh shit, crazy! Shouting.
You have made history related to black people, so technically.
I mean, yeah.
Who invented the word they use in their rap songs?
I think we should reclaim it.
Let's take our word back.
I think this is, you know, the cultural appropriation thing. It's our word. We need to reclaim it and make it mean something again. Because now they've overused it.
Yeah, you use it for friend, enemy, whatever. So we need to make it straight back to what it was. Another one we've got is obviously this is probably my favourite one, is that the neo-Nazi Avengers linked up this year, and I wasn't invited. And it was.
Do you want me to read out the names?
Hey, watch this. Sneeko.
Yep.
Nick Fuentes.
Yep.
The Tate brothers.
Yep.
Clavicula.
Yep.
And there was that.
That's
Christian streamer guy.
The one from
like
Fresh and Fit, innit?
Yeah, like debates them. He was there too.
Is he quite buff?
He's the black fella from Fresh and Fit. He's always the main host of it. I don't watch him, I ain't got a clue what his name is, but I just know he's in it from YouTube Shorts. But I think Sneeko's the odd one out there, really. Because isn't he the one that was like part of that controversy for letting his girlfriend get fucked in front of him whilst he watched? He's the cook, isn't he?
Right.
Love is love.
I think so, probably, yeah. But the thing is that it was like an Avengers is probably the correct term, because like a couple of days later, they had their civil war. Obviously, they sung the Kanye song.
For the Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Happy Holidays, Hallelujah. They sung that song, the do 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 do. We all know the song. Yeah. It was like Nick Fuentes doubled down on it, Sneeko doubled down on it, but the Tate brothers, Andrew Tate went back on it, said like, oh, my lawyers, my accountants, they're all Jewish, all of this. Clavicula went back on it.
The Tates didn't have the fucking balls.
Clavicula went back on it, like, yeah, no, looking back on it, you know, the anti-Semitism wasn't, and it was all against Jews, like, nothing else. They were like heavily racist to everybody that night. And the only thing that they had a problem was Jews. So what's that say?
Well, the Tate brothers. When have the Tate brothers ever been racist? I just know them as sex traffickers who did
just did a little bit of kickboxing back in the day.
And also they made like a school for kids to make money. I can't remember what it was.
Hustler University.
No, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
The Tate brothers.
Yeah, it was Andrew Tate. That was his online course.
They started an online course to teach young people how to make money, and
with beating women one of the criteria.
And sex trafficking was on top of the list. So I don't know why they were there.
Yeah, root class 101. Sex trafficking.
The one person who I know belongs there is Nick Fuentes.
Well, yeah, because he literally started his stream up the next day after it all kicks off, singing the song.
And he saw his video. He just doesn't care.
Based red pub.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a crazy link up in there. Have you seen the videos of Nick Fuentes in the club? No. It's obviously like his first time there. It's just sort of.
I think it's nice.
Do you think he's autistic?
Oh yeah, well, clearly. I mean,
it gives off the vibe.
He's got no filter at all, and
his like special obsession is just racism and the far right.
I will admit, he makes some good points. Right, he says a lot of things that people don't want to say. Also, can't say, but they want to say.
Yeah.
He has the odd take.
That is like, yeah.
Maybe. But the way he goes about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Tommy Robinson kind of thing. Kind of right
Free
idea,
my minds.
but horrible execution. But he is anti-Trump, so it's like pick and choose shit.
Everyone, isn't he? It's like he doesn't like Jews. He doesn't like Muslims. He doesn't like Trump. He doesn't like. He's like very centrist.
It was that quote that he said where it's like everybody says like he likes Trump because he's Hitler, and it was like no, he hates Trump because he's not Hitler. And it was like, I mean, it's valid, but also.
But then the people call him racist. But then he's just gone out clubbing with a black man. I don't know what Sneako's ethnicity is, but he's not.
Yeah.
I feel like he might have a bit of Eastern in him, somewhat. Maybe like, I don't know. He looks a bit Turkish, but I ain't got a clue at the end of the day. So if he's hanging around with a black guy, an Asian fella, let's just say, I don't know, and then
Andrew Tate.
They're like half.
They're like Romanian.
And their
black
dad is
heritage.
black.
One of the most culturally diverse outings you could possibly have.
Just a group of racists.
Is that why he was so uncomfortable?
Stood in the corner, twiddling his thumbs. Yeah.
I don't like this.
But well, anyways, that brings on to our next one.
Well, yeah. Speaking of Trump.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Nick Fuentes.
Oh, you were going to Nick Fuentes
and his rise to fame. In AK post Kirk, after Kirk.
1 AK.
Well, it's been a crazy one. So obviously.
Well, words speak volumes. And
what was it? Like autumn of last year, Charlie Kirk got.
It was August 9th.
How do you know that?
Don't ask.
Monumental moment, shifting his entire life.
And
everyone remembers when MLK made the speech. I remember when Charlie Kirk died.
Nick Fuentes grieved it a little bit more than Erica Kirk did.
Erica Kirk is going out like Michael Jackson at a concert.
It's like, you know, those really like high budget Christian doing concerts where they get like levitated into the sky and
praise the Lord.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was weird, but he's obviously, because Charlie Kirk was always open to a debate. Mm-hmm. He was always
counting or not counting gang violence.
Okay, but that's imagine being the guy debating him. By the way, and that happens, and then what do you do then? Because you've kind of won the argument, but not for a valid point.
But there is also an active shooter. So.
Yeah. But yeah, Charlie Kirk was always open for a debate, and it was like he sort of had leeway, and he was polite about it all. Right? Yes, he did the whole debating thing, but that was it. There was no hatred in it. It was just his
debates were all civil. It was
the only issue that I have with him. Sorry to interject, by the way. He had too much religion behind all of his arguments, right?
Yes.
And when you try and argue facts into everything, and then you start talking about religion, it's like you kind of lose a bit of your credibility.
Exactly.
I think
because start arguing facts were fiction.
He was talking about
bars.
He was trying to justify something to whoever he was arguing with, and he started talking about the whole abortion topic. And he said something along the lines of, "If my daughter was raped,
yes,
I would make her carry the child." Because he doesn't believe in abortion under any circumstance unless it's like a threat to the mother, right?
Yeah.
But I would argue that carrying the trauma of having a rape baby around with you all the time would be pretty damaging to the mother. So he's definitely not. Well, not anymore anyway.
Yeah.
He's not got the best opinions, and
no, his opinions weren't great. He was very far right, wasn't he? But also, it was the way that he was open to the debate. He wasn't preaching his. What's Nick Fuentes? Doesn't have that debate, does he? It's just straight spewing hatred, and it's quite admirable because obviously the Tate brothers tried to do it, but they ended
They're
up
unlikable.
like, yeah.
Unlikable.
They just, but he's like a regular guy that's just
Very outspoken
about his hatred, because we don't know anything about him other than that.
We know someone tried to kill him.
Yeah, somebody rocked up to his house and he like, and then somebody else knocked on his house, didn't he? And he like decked him or something. And there's like video footage of that, pepper spraying him. But like, apart from that, we don't really know much. And there's videos that go back like 10 years, and he was exactly the same. There was a video about the police. They was like protesting on like his university campus. Somebody was filming him, and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna call the police." And he was like, "Call the police. They'll kneel on your friend's neck because he's black." I don't think it was 10 years. I think it was sort of close to the
5 years.
the Floyd period.
Well, at least he hasn't
switch
put on this
up like
persona.
JD Vance.
As soon as he's made an audience, at least he hasn't switched up persona. He's stayed true to his beliefs for a while.
Which I guess that makes him a bit more credible. I guess if I was to, out of like if I had to support someone in a political sphere, I'd rather go for the one that was consistent and not a liar. Out of all the ones that were like,
well, it's like
constantly.
Like JD Vance. He was very anti-Trump. Released the Epstein files, all of this, and then he's now his vice president. There's nothing in the Epstein files that you need to see, none of that, and it's like,
it's very funny, that, isn't it? There's nothing in my basement that you need to see, said Joseph Fritzl.
Yeah, but weird that he'd have to say that. So we weren't thinking that.
The moment you say
now that you said it,
suspicion. Hold on a minute.
But well, speaking of the Epstein files,
yeah, Epstein files. So we've got Epstein files getting released. Donald Trump refusal to bomb the Middle East.
do you know about that one?
I've seen a clip a bit back, something saying like someone that was ending the press conference and so, "Are you going to bomb the Middle East?" And he went, "Oh no."
Well, no.
Do a rain bet first.
Play a game of Plinko. For all I know, is that it was something like there was that whole thing where Donald Trump was going to bomb Iran, and then it came to the big question of, right, Mr. President, are we going to do it? If we're going to do it, it's going to be now. Right, no. And then that same night that he had said, the US is not bombing the Middle East and we're not going to war with them, 13 million pages, no, not 13,
it was
3 million pages worth of the Epstein files got released, including Trump, and it was like, that's not a coincidence time for them to get released. The second that he's not bombing the Middle East, that's not Israel.
Well, it's funny that, because allegedly, got to say allegedly, right, because fucking, I don't want to get...
Why don't just do the Mr. Beast?
Bullet come through my fucking neck as well.
Crazy when you kill yourself by 9 bullet shots at the back.
And like all your fucking fingernails ripped off.
Weird, isn't it?
Everyone does kind of think that Israel's behind a lot of like the attack on Muslims and everything. That how the 9/11 attacks and the war in Afghanistan started because Israel orchestrated it and they wanted it to so and so.
I don't. I believe that Benjamin Netanyahu is the greatest man ever.
Netanyahu.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Please make my podcast go like top 10 on Spotify. I believe that he is great. Have you seen that one where the guy's like screaming like, Benjamin Netanyahu, if you really love me, turn this light green, and this red light goes green as it goes through it, and it's like,
he's with all of us in spirit.
Yeah.
Benjamin Netanyahu.
Well, he's on it.
Well,
He's back.
I think there's someone above Trump's head to do with the Epstein.
Always.
I believe the reason why there was so much footage, photos and cameras, Epstein had like a doomsday plan. I think he was planning this shit from day one, even if he was dead or alive.
Well, he's apparently live and he played Fortnite in Israel.
Wow.
All these again,
Littlest Jack.
AI has got very far. Photoshop is already really good if someone knows how to use it. So the pictures, all right, fine.
Yeah.
But this like account that he's apparently had before he was killed. This is one that he's been using playing WoW since like 2013, 2012. Became active again. So unless someone gets access to his account and plays Fortnite immediately,
and then it got blocked on Steam, so that you couldn't search for his account anymore. It wouldn't come up.
He just had to log in and find the new season. He just had to, didn't he? Fucking.
He wanted that Sabrina Carpenter skin.
I think we should get Epstein skin in Fortnite.
That will go with the American flag jumper.
Yeah, with the blue and the red J, whatever it says, JFK some shit.
Yeah.
Heart. Are we boring you?
Yeah, I'm just.
No, sorry, Matt's messaging me about tonight.
That might take time, mate.
No, please continue, because hold on. No, wait. just to pause. Jack, it's fine that you're hating on me, but we got another hate comment recently, and I don't think we spoke about it. About somebody's favourite host, William, going on his phone 20 seconds in, and it spoiled the episode.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so
You're yapping so fucking much.
Well, whoever wrote that comment,
Ellis.
I do a. Oh, sorry?
He's called Ellis.
Ellis.
And he's a Grimsby Town fan.
You doctored him.
And if I see him, I'm going to scalp you.
All the Mariners. I do apologise, Ellis. It's just that episode was fucking shy.
No. Fuck you, Ellis.
Anyway,
it was this
along
one.
with the Epstein, you carry on.
No. We're out in this guy now. Ellis8263 was really looking forward to this pod. However, 20 seconds in, and my favourite host William didn't get off his phone, so clicked off immediately. Sorry, guys, but this one was a real letdown. Toby, you should be ashamed.
So
why you saying fuck me for? Why do I need to be ashamed?
So what are you going to do now if someone on this video comments that you've just gone on your phone?
My favourite host Toby has just gone on his phone midway through the podcast, and I turned it off.
If that's the case, then I will scalp whoever. These hate comments, we're going to start getting them framed, but only when they're at will. If you do it to me, I'm going to start crying.
Well, that's not fucking fair.
Well, you've got like 3 now.
I know. Well, if people hate you, that means you've made movement in the world.
Every time I
walk
walk
past, Gandhi said that.
Every time I walk past the doorbell, it does say motion detected. So.
Right, carrying on with the Epstein
files.
file.
Topic shift.
Right, Epstein
Shift,
files.
cheat.
Another one. So with the Epstein files being released, there was a lot of people, a lot of names were in it, a lot of names. But the biggest backlash on the Twitter or X was Elon Musk said. And people don't like that. And now I've realised I just said that.
He said, and I quote verbatim, "Do you think I'm retarded?" And he's getting shit for that. But you know, the child molesters and sex traffickers, that's chill.
But if you're...
But say the R slur again, and you're going to get in fucking trouble.
Fucking beg it, yo. Please, Epstein, let me go on the island.
He's a really hungry boy, he just wanted that cheese pizza.
There is a chance that he didn't know what was going on. Right, to give him benefit of the doubt, play devil's advocate, he might have just seen it, right? Because let me phrase it to you as a hypothetical. Let's say it's not Jeffrey Epstein. Your will says to you, and he goes, Toby, I've got a private island. We can take my private jet over there, mate. I've got tennis courts, swimming pools, fit women,
snorkeling.
They're children, but he didn't say that part, obviously. Fit women and all this other shit that you're going to fucking think, oh my god, yes, let me in, let me go, please. Missing out the part that there are, you know, all the extra bits in there. You would probably say, yes,
See,
let's go.
this was my argument with it, because Ruby is so anti-Epstein, it's crazy. I'm boring.
So you're pro-Epstein?
Benjamin the Yahoo, whatever you want me to be. But it's like we're going to the pub later, and we're going for a drink.
You fucking damn right,
Where's this going?
But if I turn round while we're out having a couple of drinks and stuff, having a nice time, and I go, boy, I've got some shots, do you fancy it? We've not gone out for shots, but shots are there on the table. You're not going to go like, no. It's going to be like, well, if you're supplying it, yes. So if you go into the island for the party...
So in this instance, you mean the shots are
the children.
Okay. Just making sure I'm following
you go
along.
into the island for this party, and then Epstein's like, oh, by the way, I've locally sourced some foreign children if you want to dabble. And it's like, well, we're here already, so it's like...
When in Rome.
And then you're there like, okay, as long as nobody knows our little secret. And then Epstein just pulls out this massive fucking camera filming you pinning this girl down. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? And he's like, it's for the Instagram. Hey, this will do bits in years to come.
Where's he going to put these?
This is the thing I had. It's like, what? All these Epstein files, who was seeing them? All these pictures.
Is it like what? It's like what? nonces do, though, isn't it? Where you like save stuff privately to yourself. It's not like you're going to share it around with anyone. Maybe you just had it as like
a trophy.
Just like a nostalgia thing.
I'll go back to that in a week and just knock one off.
I remember when Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Oh no, not
He will be dead soon.
He's been arrested.
He's been arrested, and I said this. I was arguing with somebody at work about this. Because you know, can't be wrong. Cut that part.
I'm going to see this.
Cut this out, but I was arguing with some absolute moron at work the other day, and I was like, because he was like, oh, he's been arrested, you know, they're going to have him set free, all of this. I was like, no, he's going to get arrested for this keeping secrets thing that it was, wasn't it? Legally, he was keeping secrets about Jeffrey Epstein, his involvement with it. He's going to get 2 to 3 years for that. And that will be it, and he will be in prison enough.
But it won't even be in prison. It'll be a fucking. He'll get his Xbox One.
It'll be like a Cat D prison, like an open prison. But he will be in there whilst the Epstein thing dies down. All these other people, you know, Trump will get impeached for it. All these people will get testified and all of this. But he's out of the picture now in prison for keeping secrets. Not so officially, he's not a sex offender or anything like that. And then when it's all died down, he's going to be released. And then
you can kind of just shake that off. If it was like if it was just from a small town, just some random guy, sure, all right, we can maybe ignore that. But
Prince of the country,
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Every fucker knows who you are.
So it's either that he's either going to get arrested for a little bit and not serve time for the molestation, or it's crazy how he's going to hang himself in an empty cell. Bed sheets, they haven't even got a fucking bed.
It'd have to be a pretty thick rope. Fucking seen size of him.
Fair point, to be fair.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
just lay down on his neck and I'll just suffocate.
If I may interject,
please.
So sexual offenders. It's just a bit of a story time. This is a bit of a tangent here, but I was at a christening on Sunday recently. You know, I know. So I was at a christening, and it was an open christening, so the members of the public can come in because it was on a Sunday. And before the christening started, the lady with the fucking white robe, she was making announcements, and she came out and said, just to let everyone know, the Bishop of Lincoln has been arrested on sexual offence charges. All our prayers go out to him and the victims.
To him?
To him?
I pray that he's free!
So me and my brother are just looking, hey? And this is the start of a baby's christening.
And then they just take a picture of the baby and it's like, Bishop's going to love that when he's back. And then
it was just a tangent, and then at the end I went up to my cousin whose child it was, and he went, all I got from that is Bishop Lincoln's a nonce. So
following the trend.
That was just so strange. So different.
That is very different. Apparently at my christening, the vicar just randomly went, "Paedophiles!"
You're christened, though?
Yeah, I'm christened.
Are you christened?
No.
I'm christened.
But I am not a Christian.
Yeah, I mean, I was raised Christian but never christened. You know, where you're in the school, primary school, you get your little Bibles.
I was naked.
Biggest piece of fucking shit ever because it was made out of tracing paper. The front and back were all right, decent cover. As soon as you opened it up,
you're seeing 5 verses at once.
But we used to sing. You know, when you were in primary and you had the back benches when you're in year 6,
yeah,
which was the upturned fucking gymnasium ones that had the little knobs on the side.
Yeah,
someone lucky cunt had to sit on them.
I loved sitting on
lucky cunt.
I loved down on it. Yeah. Oh, I just love this music.
Thank you.
And it was they'd be putting Christian hymn songs on, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Like, give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning. And you'd replace the lyrics with whatever you came up with at the time, which was like, what's the one? He's got the whole world in his hands.
In his pants.
And he's got the whole world up his ass. And he's got the sun and the moon in his ass, and etc, etc. We fucking, that was the only thing that got me through that.
See, we were hard, like prime Tommy Shelby sort of edits, and you just...
You didn't sing. You used to sit.
You mocked the fucking teachers.
And some teachers, if you were sat close to the end, would be like, is it Ronnie Cray? from Legend, fucking sing. Sing. And then they'd all just be standing there and it's like,
No, where were you raised?
give me oil in my lamp, give me fat. Huh?
Where were you raised?
They didn't go fucking sing, but they'd be like, sing. Fucking. No, they wouldn't say fucking sing. But the worst thing was when it was like birthdays. We had it where if it was your birthday, you could get like a chocolate.
Yeah.
Unless it was at a weekend, then you just fucked, mate. But then what we'd do in assembly is everybody would stand at the front. Oh my god, them days where it's like August 12th. No, not August because we were never here. April 12th, where it's like 23 people's birthdays.
Yep.
To Ali, Angela,
Ashraf, Mahmood.
No, so I went to school post immigration crisis. Trump turned into Homelander. That was the one, wasn't it? Because where Homelander zaps the guy in the street and everyone supports him. He was like, all my supporters are so loyal. I could shoot a man in Fifth Avenue.
Times Square.
No, it's Fifth Avenue. We just literally watched the video. I got Times Square wrong originally. It's Fifth Avenue. And he wouldn't lose any voters, which is kind of crazy for the man that has been shot at already twice to say that nobody hates him. Because the evidence would probably.
I would say he's on my Deadpool list for this year because I think he will get assassinated. I genuinely, I'm not saying I want him to. I have no.
Well, it depends what Big Benny's thinking.
Big Benny. Oh, Benjamin. Yeah.
It's definitely up there, isn't it? But then the amount of it's always going to be some sort of. If it's not a plant, then it's going to cause some massive shit. Because if it's someone on the right side, on his side, who does it, there's going to be the idea that he's been planted there by the left, and then try and make the right look bad. But then if it's done by the left, all the right are going to go, we fucking told you how you murderers, and then it's just civil war.
It's a lose-lose situation. And if there is a civil war in America, that would be amazing to watch.
Another one,
yeah.
Another one.
Another one. Life is Roblox. Anyways, we've practically got it all.
We've missed.
Well, we need to be quick, I think. Anyway,
Alright, mate. Just tell me to
we're approaching 5.
Well, what time is it?
So it's 5 to 5.
Yeah. Okay, well, one of the final topics, which I think is probably this, because obviously, we'll do both. President Maduro was kidnapped by the US, was stolen for stolen oil, and he was the president of Venezuela.
Ecuador?
Venezuela. I mean,
it was a South Asian country, South American country.
Yeah, President Maduro doesn't sound very Asian. Maduro, it does.
Give me all your oil.
You racist bastard. Anyways, yeah. So he got kidnapped by the US while looking like Dr. Disrespect.
With a Nike tag.
That was a fucking great way to start the year.
Valid though, I think.
What, to kidnap him or?
Well, yeah, no, I think right.
Is it kidnapping or is it arresting?
If it'd be arresting, wouldn't it? Yeah. It depends how you view it.
Well,
there was a warrant out for him. I think by I think maybe Joe Biden put one out for his arrest.
Sleepy Joe.
Like you have your international courts and everything like that. He'd done something to piss people off, and he had a warrant out to be brought to justice. So then, the way that he went about it is probably the best way it could have gone, where there was 0 casualties on the American side. They don't have to talk about all the people who got blown up in Venezuela during it. But they got him out without starting a war, and then all the people in Venezuela have cheered for him. And that should be end of story.
There are calls now for him to come back.
From like 3 people.
From like, I googled it when I was googling this earlier. There is, they're calling for his return.
What side of media is covering that though? Because this was the thing.
CNN.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is the thing. There was all these people cheering in the streets. They just ignored, and they fucking sprinted around to find the one person who went, I kind of like Maduro, and they fucking got the cameras right at him and went, that one, see, they want him back. They ignored all these people in the streets cheering, so we love Trump, we love Trump. They didn't exist, not at all. I just think that He does go overboard. Absolutely. Just he shouldn't really be stepping into countries like that. But if the people can't overthrow him.
But did you hear the fact that Will Byers' coming out scene in Stranger Things was actually longer than it took the US, this stealth operation, to kidnap Maduro? His coming out scene was
he sat there crying.
4 minutes 80, yeah, and it took the US like 3 minutes 50 to steal him, and it was like ridiculous. Like there was like almost a minute difference between someone just going, "I'm gay," and you stealing a bad guy. But there's an ice started sliming out people, didn't they? Well, they killed them 2 people, and then they just like turned into stormtroopers, like G-checking everyone.
I have an opinion on this.
Go on.
Depending on, so I want to phrase this to you in a way, right? That let's say you hate ice.
Yeah.
You fucking hate ice.
Love my drinks
they're
warm.
not the greatest people in the view of media at the moment, but if ICE is supposed to be this law enforcement group or whatever, federal agents, they've got higher authority than the police. So they're going around and they're doing their job, which is to find people, deport them. If they've committed crimes and they've come here as an immigrant, then they deport them as well. That's where the legal stuff is coming from. They're legally here, but then they have committed crimes and now they're being fucked off, because if you're going to be here and commit crimes, you can fuck off. They will kill 2 people. Innocent is debatable. Of course, the woman in the car looked like she was trying to run him over, but the car was going fucking 3 miles an hour.
Just step out of the way.
And it's like, you could just move. The other guy, I'm not too sure, he said he had a gun, but then there's different aspects of it. If you're going to jump on ICE and say that they are the most evil, authoritarian people ever for killing 2 people, but then all these immigrants they're deporting have killed 1,000 people in the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Why are you not jumping on the immigrants and saying they're terrible people? But then because they're going to say not all immigrants, but you can't say not all ICE, because they're still going to go all ICE. Like what was it? All cops are bastards.
Yeah.
And now it's going to be the same with ICE. They're all tarnished with the same brush for 2 people's actions, but then. But if these people do this, it's very
But ICE is also taking it too far, I think. There's arresting your violent immigrants. I fully get that. But like when that little boy
detained a 4-year-old.
They detained a 4-year-old from his school, and he was in a federal prison for 3 weeks.
Oh, this was because if I'm thinking about the right one, his parents had been captured. If you say it like that, it sounds like you put a fucking net over him in like some Looney Tunes cartoon. They had been detained, and because the child now has no legal guardian, they also have to go into custody with the law enforcement or with ICE.
Yeah.
So they're framing it like he's been kidnapped, and they've gone after this an illegal 4-year-old child. He's going to commit loads of crimes.
You little bloody devil.
Yeah. What is it? Crime Stoppers before it even happens. But I think the case was that they were.
You've got trouble in your future.
They were just getting him so that he's not just going to now go home and be left alone.
He's going to have to sustain himself.
As a 4-year-old.
There was obviously that whole thing at the Grammys, I think it was, where Billie Eilish said about no one is stolen, no one's illegal on stolen land, as if she's got a $14 million mansion
on a Native American tribe's land.
Yeah, but I fully get it. Apart from the fact of, once again,
if you're going to say,
if all these immigrants turned up to your door, Billie Eilish, and said, "Let us in,"
can we seek refuge?
Are you keeping them all there? Are you not going to turn away somebody on your land? Because no one's illegal on stolen land. So I'm going to trespass in your house. It's fine.
It's just an elevated situation of your house. So if you think about your mum and dad, right, they're not going to let people they don't know or have no idea about inside your home. You look at it at the larger scale, you can think of the government as being like your parents in that sense, where the country is your house and the government are your parents. They're just doing the exact same thing, where they look at someone and
you want to look after the people in your home.
You don't look like you'd be the best addition to this place, and I don't really want you in here. That is fine to say, because at the end of the day, it's your country. I mean, you get to have a say, like with Poland and how they're dealing with it at the moment. They're not suffering as bad as the rest of us because they've taken those steps.
They're just straight up, aren't they? Like, if you're foreign, you ain't coming in.
Because one of their guards got killed by a guy throwing a fucking spear at him. So one of the fellas who was on a tower or watchtower, whatever, a guy came up to the border fence and launched a fucking javelin at him, and it took him out. And then they put out the statement, or the president did, and said, "That's it. If you try and cross, you're dying. We're going to shoot you. If you don't come through the normal way, you're going to die." They haven't, because some people have still broken in and they've arrested them. So, and some people I think they have shot, but
it's that threat of you don't want to take that chance.
Well, I think that's a completely fair stance to take, because if you were in your home being threatened by someone, if someone just shoved a fucking spear at your dad, you'd probably
be like, well, if you try it again, I will have to kill you. Really sorry, but
you tried on me mum, and you before.
But
that was a very fair point.
That was a very fair point, and I think that's probably the best point to end on. Do you think?
Absolutely.
So thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you, Will. I always say this, just quickly, just wanted to make it out that everybody says my podcast. It's not. It's mine and Will's and Ruby's. That's the goal. Yes, I do the hard working, and Will just shows up and does nothing. But it's our podcast, and I don't know why I thank Will for being here all the time.
Because it's nice.
I don't get
paid. It's pleasant and it works, but also it's our podcast. That's why I don't get paid. It's not an employee. He's a founder.
No.
But who is somebody that rocks up is Jack. So thank you, Jack.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
You're very welcome. I would like to come again, but depending on if I've just completely shattered the image of your
No. It's quite an intellectual one, to be fair. It was quite a nice change for our normal silly episodes.
Very outspoken.
It was very good, to be fair. Leo was going to come today to join you, because